Hi there, my name is Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. I certainly am. Today I'm going to be doing a little eyeshadow tutorial demo and review of this REM Beauty eyeshadow palette. I have the one in the Babydoll colorway, so if you're interested in that, just keep on watching. It's going to be some fun. Alright guys, so I have the REM Beauty eyeshadow palette in Babydoll. These guys retail for $24. You get 6 pans of eyeshadow, and they come in a couple different colorways that she offers. And these guys have a 24-month shelf life. And does it say? It says that they're made in the USA, so that's cool. But let's go ahead. I'll put this up closer so you can get a better look at the shades. So these are the shades right here, and we'll go ahead and swatch them for you too while we're at it. So this is the first shade that we'll swatch, and then we'll swatch this guy. They're very soft. So there's that matte white shade, which is very nice pigmentation. Here is that first shimmer shade. That is really pretty swatched out. Swatched very, very well. Now let's go into this mid-tone brown kind of crease transition shade. Then we have this bronzy shade here. And then we have this matte ready tone brown. And lastly, this matte chocolate brown. So right here is that mid-tone brown. Like nothing came off, which I expected that. I've used this palette a couple of times now, and that shade just doesn't pick up well. It doesn't really perform. Below, I'll go ahead and swatch that bronzy shade, and then I'm going to swatch that already brown matte, and then lastly that chocolate brown. So those are the swatches for the palette. What do you guys think? These two, really seeing them swatched out, they look really different, but I swear guys, on the eye, and you guys will see shortly when we go into creating the look, they look really similar on the eye. But there are those swatches for you guys to have a look at. Let's go ahead and get into creating this eye look. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and jump into creating a look with the REM Beauty Babydoll eyeshadow palette. This is this guy right here. It is the more neutral, everyday wearable, you know, boring bitch shades, shall we say, of her eyeshadow palettes that she came out with. And this is the one that I received in my gratis, like I've already said. So I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and create a look together, and I'll also give you a review since this isn't my first time using it. But let's go ahead and get started. To start things off, I'm going to take a flat shadow brush, and I'm going to dip into this white shade right here. And I primed my eyes with MAC Painterly Paint Pot today. So I'm taking this and I'm just going right up underneath my brow and right to my crease, and I'm just using this shadow just to set that paint pot down so I don't have any skipping when I go to blend the shades into the crease. And then also, you know, it keeps that area right underneath the brow bone pretty light too, so I don't have to worry about any additional highlighting after the fact. So I'm doing the same thing on this side. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Morphe M573. It's just a very nice mid-sized tapered blending brush. And I'm going to dip into this shade right here, and I'm going to start building that guy up into my crease. I really like the tones that were chosen for this palette. I think it's a really concise color story. It's super wearable for so many different people. The only thing is these shadows do not have the best payoff. It is a little hard sometimes to get them to show up. Like this shade that I'm going in with right now in particular, you really have to dig into it in order for it to like pick up onto the brush, which is a little disappointing. I mean, I like not having a super powdery eyeshadow that's just like exploding everywhere, but at the same time, I don't want to have to like dip back in like 10,000 times while I'm doing my makeup, you know? But there's that shade built up and blended through the crease. I think it's really nice. It's a nice start for a transition. It went on a little patchy right through here. And it's a little darker in some spots than others. It looks like it caught on that primer. But we'll see how things progress. I'm going to go ahead and start doing the same thing on the other eye. And let me know down in the comments if any of you guys have picked up any of the REM Beauty launch. I have the liquid eyeliner, I have this palette, and I have one of the lip and cheek sticks. I'm thinking about getting a highlighter, like one of those fun colored ones. I played with them a couple of times in the store and they seem fun. So I'm definitely considering. I'm just using a smaller tapered blending brush. This is a Rougher 13. I'm taking that same shade and this is crazy. Like, I'm really digging in this pan and like hardly anything is coming on my brush. And I'm just going to sweep that right underneath my eye just to mirror what we did on the top. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this darker reddy brown shade right here. I'm going to take that same Morphe brush and I'm going to start building that guy up in my crease. And this one is a lot easier to pick up. Like, look at the difference. My brush is coated. I just went tap tap and that was it. That other shade, that other lighter matte brown, is not where it's at. I'm going to start just putting this in like a V shape. I'm really focusing on the outer corner first. And then once I've got a lot less on my brush, really drag it into that crease and start diffusing it inwards. And still not the smoothest application. It is a little patchy. Which, yeah, that's kind of like what I've seen with it previously too. Like, through this area in my crease, it's not applying the smoothest. I think it's definitely a pretty palette. It's definitely got some cute shades for those everyday wearable looks, for sure. If you like neutral tones, this is definitely a good color story. And I don't know if like that one brown, the creamy brown, light brown shade is just like acting like that in my palette, or if other people may have had that same experience. If you have, let me know in the comments. You know, more knowledge is power. Because, I mean, I wouldn't want to buy a palette that has a shade that doesn't function properly. It's like a waste. I mean, I got it to go on, but I was digging my brush into that shade. I'm going to take that same Rougher 13 and I'm going to take that shade as well. And I'm going to run it under like the outer third of my lash line. Now I'm going to take a Rougher number 2, just a flat shader brush. This guy is quite dense. And I'm going to start working with the shimmers. I think the one that I want to use today is this one. This one's a lot golder, a little bit more bronzy. This guy is a little bit more champagne-y. So I think that's the one I'm going to use today. I really coated my brush with this before I used a glitter primer, so we'll see how it works without one today. And I may actually dip into that second shade. I'm seeing how this is going on. They're very sheer, like they go on so sheer. you really could just get away with this shadow by itself, blend it out as like a one and done shade. It really would function great as that kind of shadow. If you just like wanted a little extra something on your lid with like no makeup, I feel like that would be really pretty with the shade. Okay, I actually am going to dip into that other more bronzy shade here. I'm going to just flip over my brush and I'm just going to concentrate this guy in like the outer corner of my eye, like right in this outer V area. Just going to pat it down right there, just to give me some extra depth and definition, dimension to the eye. I'll just flick it in. I flip my brush back over to that first side, and I'm just using that to blend those edges right there. I mean, you really can hardly tell a difference between them. Like, there's really not much of a difference there. I'm not noticing much of one. Okay, so I built it up a little bit more. I was able to get some more payoff with that bronzier shade. So this is what we're looking like right now. I think it's really pretty. Really pretty. I like how the look turned out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I'm going to put on some mascara. I'm probably going to put something on my inner corner and find a lipstick, and then I'll be right back and we'll zoom out. You'll see me with my hair down and we'll go over some final thoughts and my full review of this little guy. Alright guys, so this is the finished final look with the new REM Beauty Babydoll eyeshadow palette. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. I personally think that the look turned out very nice, very pretty. I mean, I'm glad that I was able to make it work today. And if you're wondering, anything else I used on my face will be down in the description box. I did pop on some eyeliner, and that was a Dose of Colors in UNBOX. They don't make these anymore, which is really sad. So I'm sorry, but I used that today. And then on my lips, I've got the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Stockholm, and then a Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Moon. It's almost empty, but that's what I've got on my lips. Everything else will be in the description box as always if you're interested. But let's go ahead and talk about this eyeshadow palette from REM Beauty just a little bit more, give you my final thoughts, and let's wrap things up. Now, as far as performance from the shadows, this is like a lid setting shade, brow bone highlight. It stood the test of the blending, so I can't complain about that. This shade is really pretty. I think it could function great as a one and done eyeshadow. I think that this shade unfortunately doesn't perform the best. It's really hard to work with. It's hard to pick up on your brush to get it on your eye, and that was really disappointing. And today's look wasn't the first time that had happened to me. So be aware. I don't know if this is just a my palette issue. Maybe I got like a dud. That's entirely possible. I haven't seen anybody else's reviews, so I can't speak on that, but it is food for thought. And then this bronzy shade, I mean, the two eyeshadows, the two shimmers on the eye, they look very similar. It can be built up to where you can see like a subtle difference, but tonally, once they're on the lid, they look almost the same. So, I mean, we could have gone a little deeper with one of the shimmers or something, you know, because they just look so similar on the eye. And this Ready Brown Matte really saved the day today with my eyeshadow look. It really pulled through for this other guy, and that's what I'm used to, this kind of formulation, this kind of picking up out of the pan. This was a good matte. And then this dark brown over here, I have used it one time. I used it as an eyeliner. I did not use it in my crease or anything like that, but I have used it as a liner, and it did perform okay. I can't complain about it. So 2 out of the 6 shades I'm really not pleased with. And I'm really kind of sad to say that, because I was really excited when REM was like coming into Ulta. I was like, oh yay, perfect time, I'm working here, this is great. But I don't know, I was just really let down. I'm glad that I got this in gratis and I didn't come out of pocket for it, because if I had come out of pocket for it, I probably would be a little upset. So if you're interested in any of these little palettes from Ariana Grande's REM Beauty, I would definitely recommend catch them on sale if they ever go on sale. Save up your points, use some kind of discount on them, because I don't think they're worth full price. I really don't think it's worth full price. I mean, I like it, it performs for what it is, but really the formula is really comparable to drugstore. I don't think that it's up there and on par with other higher end prestige makeup brands. So food for thought, take it for what it's worth. I'm never here trying to sell you guys anything. I'm just here playing in the makeup with you and sharing my experiences and wanting to hear your guys' side of the story too. So if you've used any of these little palettes from REM, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to have a chat about it and hear kind of like what you've experienced with them, if you liked it, if you didn't, what worked, what didn't work. And yeah guys, so that's gonna be it today. I hope you enjoyed sitting down with me playing in the makeup and with this little REM Beauty palette. Like I said before, if you're curious about anything else that's on my face today, it will be linked down in the description box for you. And as always, I hope you are happy, safe, and just having an overall good day. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye.